Hi and welcome to Hospital Records official YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a dive into the world of DJing with a beginner's guide to mixing drum and bass music. Whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your skills, this tutorial will cover the essentials. Before we begin, a quick intro. My name is Danny James from Crossfader. We are one of the leading platforms in the world for learning how to DJ. We teach thousands of DJs worldwide through online courses, including a dedicated drum and bass beginner course. If you want to go deeper after this tutorial, we have a free drum and bass DJ lesson linked in the description below, so be sure to go and check that out. So first things first, let's take a look at the equipment. In this lesson, I am going to be using the DDJ Flex 10 from Pioneer DJ, as well as rekordbox on my laptop. Now, I do want to stress it doesn't matter what equipment that you have in front of you. The techniques shown in this lesson apply to all equipment. So whether you're on Tractor, Serato, rekordbox, algorithm, if you're on a beginner DJ controller or a full CDJ setup, this lesson is for you. Next, we're going to need to source some tracks. My go-to for drum and bass music has always been Beatport, guaranteed to get the highest quality tracks as well as the latest and exclusive releases from Hospital Records. You can also use your own tracks if you've got a locally stored library going on. You're more than welcome to use that. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using Beatport as my streaming service inside of my DJ software. So I'm going to jump onto the Hospital Records catalog and pick out some tracks that stand out to me. So now that I've made my playlist inside of Beatport, I'm going to go and open up rekordbox and navigate to the Beatport tab within inside rekordbox. So just here on the left, you can see Beatport. I'm going to open that up, head to my playlist. As you can see here, Hospital Records Crossfader. I've just got these two tracks in here that I've liked for now. And what I'm going to do is right click on this playlist and import it to my library. Now, importing this playlist into the library is going to import the tracks. And what this is going to do is going to analyze those tracks and give us some essential information that we're going to need, such as the waveforms, the BPM, as well as the key information. This is going to help us later on when it comes to mixing these tracks. So now these two tracks are in my library. You can see here we have the information, the BPM, as I mentioned, and the key. So let's just load these into each deck and you will see that we now have waveforms on the tracks as well. We have a nice overview waveform where we can see every part of the track, as well as the waveform when we are playing the track along the top here. So now that we've successfully imported our music into our DJ software, there are two things that we're going to need to think about: counting in phrase and understanding the structure of tracks. Now with drum and bass music, you will see that they sort of follow this similar sort of recipe of 16 and 32 beat structures. So what I mean by this is every 16 beats or every 32 beats, you will hear a change in the music. Sometimes it can be more, sometimes it can be less, but more often than not, it's 16 or 32 beats of structure when you hear the change. So what I'm going to do to show you this is just play the track on the left hand side, which is Awake by Metric, and we're just going to count along beat by beat with the track and listen out for those changes. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, change. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, change. So as you could hear there, it was 16 beats, change, 16 beats, change, 16 beats, change, and so on. So why this is important to us is we're going to set our hot cues following along with this structure. So I'm going to go ahead and do this on both tracks. So we'll start with the Metric track that we just listened to. I'm going to start with hot cue A just there, and let's play along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Breathing, searching for the answer, sinking, I have to find a way. So all those hot cues that I've just set there, 16 beats apart, and I've got right from the intro all the way to the build up going to the drop. Now you could spread these out a little bit further across the track if you know that there's different sections of the track that you want to use when it comes to mixing. You don't have to do it all the way through just like I did there, but this is a good example just to show you how it's all working. So I'm going to do the same on the right hand side here. I'm going to start with this track, Ballet Jungle by Urban Dawn. Let's just have a listen to this. So that is just a good thing to note with this track here. You will find this with some drum and bass tracks out there. They don't always start the track on the number one. So this track, for example, has a little 2-beat intro just before it kicks into the number one, the downbeat. So let's just show you what that is. You got 1, 2. That is your number one. So if you were to start setting hot cues on this part here, you would find later on as you scroll through the track, it wouldn't line up to the phrases of the track. So this is our number one. We know this. Let's put hot cue A just there, and we'll start to count along again and set those other hot cues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, change. 2, 3. So there we go, I've got all my hot cues set up, 16 beats apart on both tracks. Now, why this is important to us is it's going to allow us to align our phrasing. So we know if we set the tracks off at the right times, at the right speed, so I've got both tracks set to 174 BPM. If I were to align two parts, they're going to make changes at the same time. So if I just go to this metric track, I'll show you as an example. If I was to let this track drop in, so the main drop of the track, while setting off hot cue A on the right hand side, you will hear that the changes in the metric track will happen at the same time as the changes in the Urban Dawn track. Let's just have a listen to that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, change. So you can see that the phrases of the track are now aligned by following this method. So now we understand how the phrases and the structure work, we need to start thinking about when to mix in and out. Now there are a few things that you want to bear in mind when it comes to this. So for example, vocals. The metric track on the left hand side had a vocal that came back in after a certain amount of beats in the song. If you had a track that you were trying to mix with this that also contained a vocal, you'd get a very messy mix. You'd have two vocals fighting for the same space, there'd be lyrics all over the place, and it'd sound very messy. So you want to think about when you're taking the tracks in and when you're taking the tracks out once you've got your structure secured. So let's have a try with a few different examples of these two tracks. So I'll start again with the first drop of the metric track and we'll just see how it sounds. Go, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not going to bring this track in just yet. I'm going to let this one play for a little bit. But I've got my structure right, I've got my phrasing correct. Start to bring up the volume. And down on the other side. So there we go. It sounded quite abrupt, it wasn't quite smooth enough. But you get the idea, the structure was right. So let's have a think about where else we could do this with these two tracks. So I might decide that I want to mix it in a little bit later on. So I'll go to a further section in the track of the metric song. So I might want to let this vocal play out. I'm just listening along. On this next change, I think I'm going to start to set my track off on the right hand side. 2, 1, and go. Now already that sounded much smoother, naturally because the track on the left hand side was breaking down at the same time as the track on the right hand side. So it sounded a little bit nicer than the example before where I was just cutting the track off a little bit too soon. So I'm happy with where I'm mixing in and out. I just think now I can make it a little bit smoother by introducing the EQs. So I'm going to go back to that section of the track that I started to mix in from. And I'm going to start by bringing down the low frequencies on the right hand side. This is just going to make it sound a little bit cleaner. Those low end frequencies aren't going to be fighting for the same space. So I'm going to start with that down as I bring the track in on the right hand side and then switch them over on the change of phrase. It'll be a little bit more gradual than just straight swapping them, but I'm going to like slowly switch them over and have them fully switched by the change of that phrase. So I'll just show you what that sounds like. And go. So I've got my low EQ down. I can start to bring up the volume on the right side. Swap these over. Ready to kill my volume. I could also introduce killing the mids as well, make it a little bit more smoother. This is another way of getting a nice, clean and seamless mix. So we'll just do that example again. With a low EQ. Bringing up that volume. I've still got my lows down. Starting to make that blend. Bring down some of the mids. So again, that just sounded a little bit cleaner. Alternatively, we could use our filter. Most DJ equipment has this, so I'm going to show you how it would sound with the filter as well, as combined with the EQs. So going to the left with the filter turned on is a low pass filter. So this will filter out all of the high frequencies. You will just hear the lows. If I go to the right, this is a high pass filter. It will filter out all the low frequencies and you'll just hear the highs. So I'll show you how that sounds by going both ways. I'll start by doing a low pass filter. Go. My lows down. Starting to switch. Start to filter down. And again, going the other way, if I was to do a high pass filter. So there we go. Now that we've got the basics down, it's time to level up. We've got an advanced tutorial coming up where we're going to be taking a look at the iconic double drop. Make sure you subscribe to Hospital Records so you don't miss out on the next video. And if you want to fast track your learning, don't forget to check out the free video linked in the description below. I'll see you in the next video.